Here we have verse 11 of the 4th chapter of the Gospel of John. Jesus has just responded to the woman who has asked him how it is that Jesus was requesting water from her, that she should have asked for water from him, and that had she done so, he would have provided for her living water. And of course, that has to mystify her on several different levels, I suppose, but she answers the question at the most obvious and superficial level, saying, lege, third person singular, present active indicative of lego, I say. So he says, only here it's he gune, supplied for us, not in all of the original copies of this text. So the woman says, or she says, auto, pronoun, dative, singular, masculine. She says to him, Kyrie. Of course, this is the vocative case of the word kurios, which means Lord. We don't need to assume that she has elevated Christ to the status of Lord, as in the sense of deity, but certainly this is at least a recognition of respect, something on the order of sir, as she responds to this. Uta is a conjunction. It means not, and in some sense or other it's a negation. In this case it's negation of the word ontlema. Ontlema is a noun. It's in the accusative case here, it's neuter, and it means some kind of drawing device, a bucket or a pail or a bailing vessel of some sort, the kind of thing that you would lower into a well in order to retrieve water. So no bailing vessel, no pail or bucket do you ekes have. This is the second person singular, present active indicative of echo, I have. So you do not have a bailing vessel. Kai, to, the article here. Freyar. The word freyar is a word for a well, a deep hole. Sometimes it's used colloquially in the ancient world to mean some kind of cell that was actually amounted to a deep well or dungeon, something like that. But the ordinary significance of the word was a reference to a well that was dug, and here she says this well, esten, third person singular of Amy, it is bathu. We get the word bath, of course, from that. It is deep. And so here she's noticing the evident challenge that Jesus is going to face if he's proposing to give her water, because the well is deep and he doesn't have any implement by which to draw water out. And so then she says, from whence, pothen, adverb, from whence, therefore, ekes, same word as here, second person singular of echo, from whence do you have to hudor, the water, to zone, the living. She doesn't really fixate on this notion of living water. She could have asked, what in the world do you mean by a reference to living water? What am I supposed to gather from that? But she sort of passes over it. You almost catch a little hint of humor in this. You don't have any means of retrieving water, let alone living water. She might have added in parenthetical. You don't have any bucket. You don't have any means to do so. So just where in the world are you going to get this so-called living water? It's not a hostile question, but it's certainly one that represents a little bit of curiosity on her part. And of course, the famous answer from Jesus is going to follow.